sitting in my Dominic Robinson-Neal, sitting in my living room. We shooting season 2 of Inside the Ropes. This year we're gonna do a whole bunch of different things. Gonna show you a whole bunch of different things that goes on inside the boxing ring, and give you a lot of different information on things that you probably wouldn't know by just being a casual boxing fan. Now, usually we start the historical fact at the end of the show, but I'm gonna start off today before my big brother started asking me questions. Boxing was introduced as a sport in the Olympics back in 688 BC. That's a long time ago. That's the first time boxing was actually introduced as a sport in 688 BC. Now archaeologists have found out through drawings and through other information of paintings inside caves and stuff that boxing like sports have been around since 3000 BC. It's a long time. So that's the historical fact today. Boxing's been around since 688 BC. That's before Christ. That's a long time. So this sport has been around for a long, long time. As far as boxing wise, we just had a fight last month at Main Event Fitness. We got some clips we're gonna be showing you during this segment of Inside the Ropes. We had an amateur show last night where I took 2 guys, Jalen Pregnant and David Mowry, took them up to Rock Hill. Both of them were successful as usual. The night of the main event fight, we had Logan Holler. She got out there, and my son DeAndre Robinson-Neal, he got out there. Both of them did their thing. They were really, Logan opened up the show, should I say, and DeAndre came and closed the show. Both of them, I was proud of both of them's performance. It's pretty good. They live this life, so they do it all the time as far as in the gym. So once we get to the locker room ready for the fight, that's the easy part technically. They just have to get ready mentally, so they'll listen to music. Sometimes some of them will greet some fans will come back every now and then and speak to them. But usually they just get off their feet, relax, I wrap their hands, and they go into a mental state, get prepared for combat. So Logan is more, she likes to listen to her music. She gets real focused. DeAndre just the opposite. He just like relaxed, loose, because he's been doing this so long. So he's more relaxed, loose, more giddy up, more joking. He has a more joking sense than somebody else who's haven't been doing it that long. The main purpose of wrapping hands is to protect the knuckles, protect the wrist and the knuckles, because if you just punch somebody with your bare fist, you probably break your hands. And that's why most people, when they punch a wall or something, they always get what the doctor called a boxer's fracture. So the hands are wrapped nice and tight. So because your body is used to having wraps on, they're not the tape and gauze that we use for the fights, but you have elastic wraps that you use almost like ace bandages and practice every day. So your hands are used to being wrapped. That's why most boxers, if they get in a street fight, they always break their hand. I've done it a couple times, but anyway, the hand wraps are to protect the hands, protect the money, the weapons, whatever you want to call it.
Is it a certain type of tape you use, or a certain type of method or process that you use when you're wrapping and taping the hands?
Well, some trainers have different techniques. Like my technique is a little different from somebody else's, but I learned my technique from watching Normal Lorick show me how to, great trainer. I watched him wrap hands. He let me wrap one of his fighters' hands. That's how I learned. But you use 1-inch tape that you either gonna buy from Ringside or Title, and you have to use a special kind of gauze that you can buy from Ringside or Title that you can't get in local stores. So you have to use the tape, and it's a specified gauze and a specified tape that you have to use. It has to be 1-inch tape, not 2-inch.
What about some of the controversies with certain boxers with the wrapping of the hands? I remember a certain fight, I think it was
Antonio Margarita
and Pacquiao.
Right. Well, in most states, South Carolina not as bad, but most days I'll send somebody from my corner to watch them rap hands. They'll send somebody to my corner to watch them rap hands, because what you're trying to do is to make sure he's rapping the hands within the regulations. You don't want him just like Margarita got caught putting something inside the gauze. Years ago, Panama Lewis, what he did was they took the stuffing out the glove, and a guy almost got killed. It ruined his life like that. So there's been a lot of dirty things happening. There's been times in the past where guys would wrap the boxer's hand with plaster Paris instead of the gauze. They're wrapping it with plaster Paris. So when his hands get wet, it's like a cast. He out there fighting basically with a cast on. So you got to watch and be careful of that, because you don't want your fighter to get hurt. So you have to. I'll send somebody to their dressing room to watch them wrap hands, and usually they'll send somebody to my dressing room to watch them wrap hands to make sure it's done correctly and everybody playing on an even, playing field.
Fight.
Well, when I fought, I know how it feels to walk to the ring. That's probably, actually, that was the most nervous part of the fight for me, always walking to the ring. Once I walked to the ring, I used to always feel like, this is how I feel to walk into an electric chair. So it's like a calm feeling, but it's a real nervous feeling. And usually a guy doesn't get that nervous energy out until you throw the first punch. Then it's like, okay, I'm at home now. But for me, walking a fighter to the ring, I know how he's feeling or how she's feeling, because I've been down that path before. So my thing is, when we get up to the ring and get up to the ropes, I want to say something comforting to them to let them know, we trained for this, we're already prepared. So being prepared is half the battle. So if the guy knows he's in good shape, or the young lady knows she's in great shape, they don't worry them too much. They know they had the right amount of sparring and everything. So most of them, they feel confident once they get in there and they touch gloves. It's just like another day at the office, But just the hard part is just walking to that ring, climb inside the ropes. Okay, here's the tricky part. You have to be a strategist to be a good trainer or a great trainer, because you only have 1 minute, correction, 60 seconds to get this guy over here, calm him down, give him some proper instruction, and give him another strategy to go back out to counter what the other guy's doing. So that's why it's good to know your boxer, because you can tell him, all right, let's do this, let's do what we practice, or let me give you this game plan. If the guy's fundamentally sound, you don't have to worry about keep telling him, well, keep your hands up. You don't want to waste 10, 15 seconds telling him, you got to keep your hands up. You got to move your head, stuff that he should already know. You just want to be able to come over here, give him water, calm him down, and give him proper instruction to go back out there and defend himself. And let him know why if he's getting hit, this is why you getting hit. Do this. So you want to look out from a defensive point of view and an offensive point of view.
They're fighting.
Well, now if you're in Vegas or a big city or New York, the chief second, which is the trainer, he can't get up on the apron before the commissioner, one of the commissioners, because you have an athletic commission guy sitting in the corner with you. So this guy has to get up on the apron first, then you go in behind him. Second of all, you can't have anything illegal in your corner, like some, depending on what you're trying to give him. Everything has to be visible. The main thing that's in the corner is you don't want your chief second getting up on the rope, the apron, before the commissioner, because technically they could fire you out. So you have to, you have to be on your P's and Q's in the corner too, and your team have to be in sync. Whoever you have in the corner putting the stool in, he got to be in sync. When I climb through the ropes, the stool should be in there placed properly, and the water should be handed to me, the Vaseline should be handed to me, whatever I need, or my other chief second or my other trainer, he's doing all that stuff while I'm giving instruction to the fighter. All right, we're gonna show y'all how we do the little business side of things somewhat when we making matches or we got something lined up for fights or a show. But before we go in there, I'm gonna show you what I got out of fighter's house now. Look at this. This fighter had Snicker bars, had Hershey chocolate bars, all kind of crap in the house. A lot of times I go over to the fighter house and I just look in their cabinets to see what they got. And then, if I feel like I need to test it to make sure it's good for them, I eat it myself. You know what I'm saying? So if you need some candy bars or something, holla at your boy, I got you. I'll hook you up. walking through the kitchen. Some old girl be cooking it up, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, come on, dude. Oh, let me show you my treadmill. Now, some days I don't get on the treadmill. That's my son's treadmill. When it's raining, you gotta still train. So we gotta get on the treadmill. So my boy Jimmy Leach, the fat burner, gave me this doggone big boy treadmill. It took about 4 of us to get in here. It's one of those big time treadmills, but appreciate you, buddy. We use it. All right, now, it's my little office over here. This is my office. What I have here, this is when Angel Blvd fought. She's the first female boxer to ever fight on pay-per-view for Golden Boy. She fought Kalisha West in the Staples Center. She got one of them Golden Boy checks. Nah. But anyway, these were gloves, 8 ounces, that's why I keep them. This is my dog, RJJ, Roy Jones Jr. This is my man right here. I always gotta keep a picture of him. This is my boy, Cassius Clay. Muhammad Ali, that's his famous pose when he knocked out Sonny Liston back in the day. I love that man, had a lot of character, a lot of spunk, a lot of spirit. So I don't like when nobody talk about it. That's my favorite fight of all time. This right here is a legend. This is one of my dogs. Back when, you know, anyway. This is my man right here, Short Block here, 5-time winner, grand champion. G Great Boy Bloodline, one of the best ever. Anyway, now what we do, a lot of times Andrew Stosur called me and said, well, he's my son's matchmaker. All my fighters, he matchmakes all of them. He'll say, I'm gonna give you 5 names or 2 names. Pick out these 2. So what I do when I pick out the names is I look on the computer, I look at the fighter, I look at who he fought, I look at who they fought. So then if there's any kind of footage on this fighter, I get on there and look at the footage and I can devise a scheme or plan to beat this person. Or I look at his tendencies. I might not know exactly what he do, but I can look at his tendencies and that helps me pick out a game plan for him. Males and females. A lot of times I'll be on here looking at all the amateur shows in Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. So I can take my amateurs out there so they can get that ring time and get that experience. So a lot of times boxing is just not in the gym. It's on the computer too, or it's on my cell phone. I'm always doing something with boxing. So I gotta stay busy and I gotta stay sharp. So a lot of times I just watch boxing matches. And a lot of things, the main thing I really watch about boxing on the internet or YouTube, I watch the other trainers and listen to what they say. All of the trainers that I look up to, all the great trainers like Emmanuel Stewart, Eddie Fudge, you know what I'm saying? Those type of trainers, I listen to them, you know, and I listen to the stuff they tell their fighters and how they got into the heads of their fighters and how they motivated them to do certain things. And I just study it. And I take that same stuff and apply it to my fighters, add it to what I've known, you know, or I've been taught during the years, and just add it to everyday life, and I get a solid mental state with them. So, you know, that's basically how we do it, as far as, you know, getting fights hooked up and everything like that. It's season 2. This is our first show of Inside the Ropes season 2. Last year was a great success. A lot of people liked it. We had people, like I said, from all over Jamaica, Germany, all over enjoying the show. So this year we're gonna come with a lot more information. We're gonna be filming at different locations. We're gonna try to have some fun with it, so you stay enthused about it and just learn the sport of boxing. So you're not just a Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather fan. You'll know all about boxing. You know, I'm gonna give you another little historical fact on boxing. The first Golden Gloves was back in 1926. The first Golden Glove fight was back in 1926. I mean, that's not much, but boxing fans, you might want to know that one day. Now, I just want to give a shout out to one person I never gave a shout out to last time, was Carlos Powell. He's a pro basketball player overseas, and I trained him in the summer. All he did was boxing training. When he came back over there, he was in such great shape, they gave a man 4 drug tests because he was in such great shape. and he won MVP. So for all you athletes, like basketball or football, come get the boxing workout. Come see me. I promise you, I will get you in shape. If I don't do nothing else, you'll be in shape. You will be a level above everybody else. Come on to Main Event Fitness, 201 Columbia Mall Boulevard, Suite 169. We have a bunch of great trainers over there. We got a great staff, a great crew. Come over there and see us. If you think about being a pro boxer, come out there and see us also. Amateur boxer, come out there and enjoy the sport. Also, when we have shows, matter of fact, our next boxing event is May 30th at Main Event Boxing and Fitness. Come out and support the local boxers. I can't say this enough. Come out and support the young you got Tykeem Sadler, you got Logan Holler, you got DeAndre Robinson-Neal. You got these guys right here in your city. Come out and support them, because when they make, I'm not gonna say if, when they make it big, then you say, hey, I grew up with that guy. I watched him come up from nothing to something. So, and we also appreciate the support. So thank you. This has been another edition of Inside the Ropes. Thank my big brother for producing the show, as always, Zeb folks. So everybody, have a blessed, wonderful week.